gosh, it's so scary! Good day to you. I am Zeth of Hyrule, but you might already know that, maybe not. And today, we are gonna be talking about the fear in Zelda. Not the fear in Zelda, it's so scary. And I do apologize for the lengthiness of this video, but I try to cover all the scary parts I can think of. And any Zelda fan here knows what I'm talking about. The terrifying monsters that lurk in the dark, the bottom of the well, Dead Hand, the Readers, or dare I say, the Silent Realm. Whatever it is you're afraid of in Zelda, we're gonna talk about it today. Hang on, cause it's gonna be one heck of a ride. So, I recently did a survey on my website that was asking you guys what your scariest enemies and areas and songs were in the Zelda series. And I've taken that together, along with my personal opinion, to make this video. Even though you're bearing the Triforce of Courage, you will still be scared. Let's start with the most terrifying Zelda game of all time. Majora's Mask! That's right, I'm talking about the one that everyone wants a remake of. Many people are terrified of Majora's Mask. Some Zelda fans can't even play the title because the terrifying moon falling from the sky. The alien side quest at Romani Ranch. Aliens. And we're gonna take a minute to talk about that side quest. It is overwhelming. It is terrifying, and it is unearthly to the Zelda series. Ghostly aliens. It's unlike anything we've ever seen in Zelda. Although they might resemble Pogos, the fact that they are led to be aliens is the part that makes it terrifying. They come from every direction. You have to use your bow to fight them off and save Romani Ranch. And if you're too late, that right there is why it's terrifying. She doesn't come back. Romani doesn't come back. Along with the cows. Another scary thing about Majora's Mask is the masks themselves. You have to think, in every mask you use there is a spirit living inside of it. That's pretty creepy. Deku Butler's son. Another story moment in Majora's Mask that scares us all is the moment in the music box house at Incana Canyon, where you have to play the Song of Healing to break the possession that the Gibdo's mask has on him. That poor little girl, Pamela, and her father, the paranormal investigator. How long had she been waiting in that house? How long had she been scared? Now, although many people are scared of the big boss battles, I found that some of the scariest enemies in Zelda come from mid-boss battles. For one, I'd like to talk about Gomez. Now, this guy appears in Majora's Mask, and he is creepy. This guy is very creepy. He's basically the Grim Reaper of Zelda. A dark shadow of a vampire, cloaked in keys. Other things that are scary in Majora's Mask are things that just personally creep me out, is the mirror shield. That face on the mirror shield. I don't know why. It bothers me, that creepy face. Look at it. It's creepy. The Happy Mask salesman, even though he's apparently a good guy in the series, we all have trouble trusting him. Just feels like he has some great dark secret. Like, why did he have Majora's Mask in the first place? What were his intentions? Plus those faces he makes. They're so creepy. Look at those eyes. So creepy. Each one of these little creeps looks just like the Happy Mask salesman. And they all ask the same question. And I have to say it, because it creeps me out. And it creeps many of you out too. The Elegy of Emptiness statue of Link. Most people probably call him Ben, although that is a completely made up creepypasta story. He was creepy long before that. Then you get inside the moon. Creepiness has a whole new meaning. All alone. Little kids there. with the masks of every boss you kill. Majora asks you if you would like to play. And then once you get in there and start fighting him, it's like you'd expect, until you get to the final stage with Majora's Wrath. Everything about this Majora's Wrath, final form of Majora, is terrifying. His nasty, bulky, pulsating body, and this right here, it looks like he pulls out his own organs and uses them for whips. That's disgusting. Now it's time to talk about Ocarina of Time and the scary moments that it shares with us. Although stall children in Hyrule Field when you're young Link are scary, things really start picking up after you become adult Link, and you exit the Temple of Time to enter this once hustling and beautiful market town to find Redeads. That's when you realize that these Redeads could have been townspeople. That's what's killed them. You're thrown 7 years into the future and suddenly you think everyone you knew was dead. Rated E for everyone. Let's start with the bottom of the well, mini temple. Now it's bad enough that you have to change back to a kid, young Link, to enter this well. So everything just seems more terrifying when you're a kid. And you've got the terrifying bubbles flying around. Yes, they're called bubbles. It's kind of funny. Dead hand, your skin goes cold. Dead hand is terrifying. It puts scary underneath the blanket, whatever that means. This manifested nightmare of pale, rotted flesh is probably the most feared Zelda enemy of all time. Arguably the most terrifying enemy in the entire Zelda series. Then once we finish the bottom of the well, we head straight on to the Shadow Temple. Woohoo! Although it might not be as creepy as the bottom of the well, it maintains creepiness throughout. Although you've probably faced most of the scary enemies before, by the time you get to the Shadow Temple, I think one of the most terrifying things about it is the architecture. With the walls made of human remains, it's kind of terrifying. How many dead people are in those walls? Oh my gosh, those are dead people in the walls! I remember realizing that as a kid. Oh, it's got my leg! Now, many people told me that the Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time bothered them. I think the most bothering thing about it is the music. It gives you that freakish feel that you're just trapped and you can't get out. It's repetitive. It keeps going on and on and on. The pogos are everywhere and nowhere at once. The twisted hallway. These ceiling masters. Yes, those guys. Although they really don't hurt you, people are more scared of them than any other enemy. And then to finish it off, we have Phantom Ganon, a ghost of the most powerful character in Zelda history. Things that make Skyward Sword scary. The Silent Realm. That's right. The second you step into that spiritual world, you're in danger. You step out of that safety ring, and everything goes wrong. Instantly, thousands of immortal guardians are chasing you. I know you guys probably won't agree with me here when I say this, but Wind Waker has some of the scariest moments in it out of all Zelda games. Come on, agree with me here. The Redeads from Wind Waker. Just think about them. Compare them to the other Redeads. And although that scream may sound like an angry screeching elephant, it's terrifying. Link's face, malnutritioned overall look, and the unhealthy blue complexion. They're zombies, but they're freakishly huge in comparison to Link. Plus, the way they freak out when you get light on them. They do a little dance that like me. It's all about the appearance with these guys. Stone coffins. Oh, it's just a dead guy, but I'm playing Zelda, so I know better. It's alive. And then it does that. Then we kill it. It falls to the ground. It's not dead, is it? It's gonna get back up. Oh, it's actually dead.
So I'd have to say these guys are the most scary enemies in the series.
But that's probably just my personal opinion. You know, don't mind the grabbing you from was graphic and terrifying, and Medley just sits there and watches. Other scary things about Wind Waker?
The giant sea hats that will relentlessly knock you off your boat again and again.
And I had a lot of people say this, mini blins, and I have to agree with them. I mean, they didn't really bother me that much, but when I think about it, they're pretty creepy. Yeah, they're little freaks. Truly terrifying. And I understand why they're so scary. They come out of nowhere, fall from the ceiling, and they start grabbing you. Another thing is those floor masters in the Earth Temple. And then you go and you stand on top of one of the holes because they aren't coming out and you want to kill it. And then just all of a sudden, on to Twilight Princess. Although this game might not be nearly as scary as, say, Majora's Mask, it's got some truly terrifying spots. Not only specific spots, but the creepiness throughout. All of the Twilight monsters, they're just creepier than the regular ones. The whole Sixth Sense dog thing, speaking to the dead. And the entire Twilight realm. Those Twilight Guardian hands. The Arbiter's Ground. I think that was scary. The mid-boss there. I can't handle the fear!
Death Sword, this demonic sword wielder that had been sealed away, and you break his bonds, now having to fight him in a shadowy battle.
Scary thing. All of those little bugsies, ones that crawl on you like, oh, get them off. And then we move on to Snow Peak Ruins, and you face Blizzetta.
Honestly, it's like they were trying to scare us. But I like that. I like being scared. It's fun. And then there was this cutscene. Now this cutscene is disturbing and terrifying beyond all reason. I'm just showing you the most disturbing parts here. I mean, this cutscene is worse than any regular nightmare people would have. There goes Link, and now he's evil, and now he's screaming, and now there's a bunch of Ilias flying through the air. It's just crazy. It's weird. Don't understand it.
I think the Lost Woods in Twilight Princess is probably one of the most beautiful places in the entire Zelda series. Skull Kid and his puppets. Not so cute. I love Skull Kid, but that doesn't cloud my judgment to how freakishly terrifying he can be. Especially in Twilight Princess.
Now that we're done with that, we're going to talk about other notable fears in Zelda. The underrated diabolical Cubist sisters who lure you onto the ghost ship. The gross like-likes from Ocarina of Time. The nightmare and its various forms in Link's Awakening. The horrific Poe ghost in Twilight Princess. Yol Graveyard. And even though he's one of my favorite characters, yes, the Hero Shade. And the Guineas. The infamous Shadow Link. The Skulltula House in Ocarina of Time. Igor. Rupee Wraiths. And how could I leave out the Imprisoned? And Anti-Kirby. Just kidding. So there you have it, all the scariest areas, enemies, and songs in the Zelda series.
One of my Tumblr fans asked me if I would do this.
Play the Serenade of Water on my ocarina.
That was the Serenade of Water. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Please check out my other videos. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. It's magic.
Until next video, keep on adventuring, heroes. This is Zeth of Hyrule, over and out.
Beware of the Keys monsters.